2018 Volvo V90 Cross Country Review. The good points of Volvo V90 Cross Country: genuine off-road ability, outstanding safety, smooth, frugal diesel engines, excellent seats and interior. The bad points of Volvo V90 Cross Country: boot isn't the biggest. Ride comfort could possibly be better. Pilot assist isn't the finished product. The cross-country version on the sleek V90 estate adds an impression more versatility to Volvo's all-watchy excellent luxury estate car. All-wheel drive as standard, an increasing ride height along with a couple of electronic off-road gadgets separate the cross-country at a regular V90, however the cosseting interior and excellent refinement remain. Volvo doesn't possess the market to itself. Audi makes an all-road version on the A6 while Mercedes-Benz produces in a class all-terrain, plus there's the rugged Subaru Outback, though the big Swede does enough to generate itself a viable alternative and never having to rely on its alternative, non-German roots. Accomplished on and off-road manners, as well as supplying the same silky-smooth D4 and D5 diesel engines because the regular V90, the cross-country variant retains the stable, controlled feel of their more road-focused brother. It's as long as really pushing on through top-speed bends which the softer suspension and raised ride height with the V90 cross-country become apparent. It's not perfect, though. Even on optional air suspension the Volvo struggles to take care of its composure over large bumps or potholes as effectively as its rivals. Superb interior and seats. One on the highlights with the Volvo V90 Cross Country would be the sumptuous interior and squashy, supportive seats, some with the most comfortable we've ever proficient in a car. Elsewhere there's lashings of high-quality wood and leather punctuated by a number of buttons. The majority from the vehicle's functions are controlled using the 9-inch central portrait touchscreen. Like the seats it's one in the best out there and comes with a bright, clear display that's incredibly alert to inputs on the user. Class-leading safety measures. Volvo is recognized for the safety of their cars, plus the V90 is not any different. Scoring the ideal 5-star Euro NCAP rating and boasting an enormous range of clever electronic safety aids, the Volvo's occupant protection is second to none. For many family-oriented buyers, it could just be the defining factor on the subject of buying the Volvo over its rivals. Volvo V90 Cross Country model history. November 2016, available to order for early 2017 in D4 AWD and D5 Power Pulse AWD guises. Based within the Volvo V90 estate but differentiated using a 65mm boost in ride height, all-wheel drive as standard over the range, unique bumpers with skid plates and dark unpainted plastic wheel arch extensions. Watch the whole Volvo V90 Cross Country review to view why we rate the newest Swedish wagon so highly. Base D4 engine provides enough oomph for almost all customers. Upgrade to Power Pulse enabled D5 unit to get more power. 8-speed auto gearbox is ideal under smooth driving. The Cross Country's engine choices mirror those obtainable in the standard V90, meaning customers can select between the 190 horsepower D4 or 235 horsepower D5 2.0-liter diesel unit. Both engines offer an 8-speed automatic gearbox and all-wheel drive as standard. The base D4 engine is much more than punchy enough to haul the 1.8-ton V90 Cross Country in control with ease, cracking 0.62 miles per hour in 8.8 seconds. It feels faster versus the acceleration figures suggest, which has a generous 400 Nm of torque pulling the auto through the gears. Things obtain a little raucous at the very top end from the revs mind, the Volvo's mountainous reserves of torque mean forays above 4,000 revolutions per minute ought to be few and far between. Opt for your D5 engine and, unsurprisingly, the character on the engine is quite a bit the same. That means silky smooth power delivery but added oomph. The responses from the D5 are sharper and much more eager, with bursts of power for overtakes right through the rev range. It's not pin someone to the back of your seat fast. 062 miles per hour takes 7.5 seconds, but there's adequate go for a family estate with off-road pretensions. Much in the extra zippiness as to what Volvo calls power pulse technology, a smart bit of kit limited on the D5 engine. It uses compressed air to discover the turbocharger working at optimum speed almost as soon when you press the accelerator pedal, quickening in the engine's responses and allowing maximum torque delivery sooner. Should you would like sharper responses at a D4 engine but can't quite stretch towards the D5, Volvo affords the Polestar Performance Optimization add-on. Put simply, it improves performance, especially at medium revs, by offering mild power and torque gains, whilst recalibrating engine and gearbox settings. Note which the D5 engine is additionally available together with the Polestar upgrade. The 8-speed automatic gearbox is most effective when the auto is driven smoothly, slickly switching between ratios. However, begin to push on and gear changes may start to lag behind slightly, specifically when attempting to perform brisk overtaking maneuvers. Composed and stable by any means speeds. Not as sharp to push as equivalent BMW. Highly impressive off-road ability. Smooth, stable on-road manners. The V90 Cross Country features a pliant, malleable chassis which flows eloquently from corner to corner, encouraging slow and smooth inputs on the driver. That's not saying the chassis is soft and wallowy, though. There's still a good amount of tautness if you ever lean the auto into a bend, the top Volvo remaining impressively stable. It's at risk from lean more compared to regular V90, however, so bear this plan through fast corners. The steering is well judged, if, again, not quite as confidence-inspiring as being the regular V90s. It's short on feel, but beautifully weighted and precise, especially across the straight-ahead position, meaning the V90 Cross Country is also suited to both open motorways and twisty country roads. Piled to a corner too fast and predictable understeer would be the order from the day, significantly less exciting like a rear-wheel drive BMW or a Mercedes-Benz but safe and sensible nonetheless. That said, unsticking the V90 Cross Country still takes some determined driving. Customers' next extra dynamic ability could consider looking at specifying the optional 4-corner adaptive dampers and rear electronic air suspension. Not only may be the ride smoother, but mid-corner bumps are handled more confidently, the automobile taking a shorter period to settle after the crest or dip within a road. Excellent off-road capabilities. The V90 Cross Country is surprisingly capable in the rough stuff because of a 65mm surge in ride height minus 5mm of that's down for the larger tires, and a couple of electronic off-road aids. Added to your 3 existing drive modes is off-road setting, which alters the operation in the all-wheel drive system and adjusts the responsiveness in the engine, gearbox and accelerator. It doesn't seem like much, nevertheless the effect is mightily impressive, the V90 Cross Country traversing muddy, rocky off-road inclines easily. When with the hill descent control, which automatically controls the speed from the car when taking a steep slope, the V90 Cross Country should, within reason, have the ability to tackle virtually any off-road obstacle the normal driver will throw in internet marketing. Supremely comfortable seats offer excellent adjustability. High-quality dashboard materials. impressive infotainment screen and digital instrument display. The V90 Cross Country's cabin design is similar for the pared back, minimalist layout debuted by Volvo around the XC90 SUV, and it is almost the same as regular V90 interior. That means a sophisticated balance of wood, leather and technology, with few actual buttons mixed in to spoil the defined lines. Almost everything, for example the dual-zone climate control, is adjusted while using the 9-inch central infotainment screen. And as touchscreens go, it's one of the best out there. Slick and responsive, it's often as compared to an iPad rolling around in its appearance and convenience. The high-tech theme is continued in the event the driver looks forward, their eyes being met with a sharp and easy-to-watch digital instrument display. The seemingly infinitely adjustable seats include the icing within the cake with regards to sitting behind the wheel in the V90 Cross Country. Squashy yet supportive, they're some in the most comfortable driver's seats we've ever tried and must prove a serious buying factor for potential prospects. All-round comfort levels are impressive. Optional air suspension irons out bumps within the road. Still struggles while confronting larger potholes. In cross-country spec, the V90's standard suspension setup is built to be a little more comfort-orientated versus the regular trim levels, by having an increased ride height and higher profile tires also adding more give. In reality, the gap in comfort on the regular V90 is reasonably minor, yet that still means an experienced ride quality over most surfaces. That said, we'd still recommend the adaptive air suspension over its standard equivalent, aforementioned failing to iron out of the last few ripples and bumps on imperfect road surfaces. However, despite having the trick adaptive air suspension, the V90 Cross Country will still judder harshly throughout the odd large bump, falling behind the A-Class all-terrain in this regard. The whisper-quiet engines and supremely comfortable seats are carried over through the regular V90, as will be the generous rear legroom. Excellent standard equipment levels on V90 Cross Country. Plenty of options to select from should customers need to add more. Bowers & Wilkins Premium Audio System, a pricey, but worthwhile, option. There's precisely the one trim level while using V90 Cross Country, building on the common equipment offered from the base-level V90 Momentum specification. Standard Volvo V90 Cross Country equipment. The Swedish manufacturer is generous using the V90 Cross Country's standard kit levels, offering useful technology such being a 9-inch touchscreen infotainment display, sat-nav with full European mapping and traffic updates, voice recognition, LED headlights with high beam assist, T-zone climate control with CleanZone air lever and an 8-inch TFT driver's information display. You get pilot assist and adaptive cruise control, an imaginative system which, on certain roads, has the capacity to take care with the accelerator, brakes and steering at speeds below 80 miles per hour. You still should keep your hands around the wheel, mind. Therefore we found that technology kept the vehicle unnecessarily close towards the white lines in most situations. Volvo's pricey premium sound system by Bowers & Wilkins is really a worthwhile standalone option if you possibly could afford it, boasting multi-channel surround sound, an excellent subwoofer and 18 speakers using a 1400 watts output. Features unique towards the cross-country inside V90 range add the off-road drive mode and hill descent control mentioned inside handling section, larger door mirrors, charcoal exterior trim inserts, leather-faced upholstery with unique stitching and silver back and front skid plates. We'll enter in the V90 Cross Country's safety equipment inside safety portion of this review. Optional Volvo V90 Cross Country equipment. There's a lot of scope for adding individual alternatives on your Volvo V90 Cross Country, from larger 21-inch alloy wheels to your retractable tow bar, yet most customers will more than likely stick while using 4 main option packs. The winter pack comes having a heated front windscreen, leader and washer nozzles, as well being a headlight cleaning system. Upgrade on the Winter Plus pack, and, as well because aforementioned gadgets, you receive dynamic headlights and LED front fog lights with cornering function. Next up would be the family pack, which include integrated toss-dodge booster cushions for outer rear seats, power child locks and integrated sun curtains about the rear doors. Finally, the Xenium pack supplies a panoramic sunroof, 360-degree view parking camera, as well as an automatic parking system. One with the safest cars tested by Euro NCAP. Highly impressive adult and child occupant protection. Electronic safety aids assist with boost score. The Volvo V90 is one on the safest cars ever tested by Euro NCAP, boasting a 5-star rating along with outstanding adult occupant protection with an impressive selection of electronic safety aids. Crash prevention systems have gotten increasingly important to the protection ratings of contemporary cars, with all the V90 Cross Country demonstrating a great deal of clever tech. This includes autonomous emergency braking, which automatically tries to stop the vehicle if it detects a collision using a pedestrian, cyclist or a large animal is imminent. Other standard safety kit includes pilot assist and adaptive cruise control mentioned inside equipment section. Some sort of first-run off-road mitigation system applies steering when it detects your vehicle is about to leave the trail and run off-road protection. Blind spot monitoring, cross-traffic alert and rear collision mitigation plus auto-dimming rear view mirrors are bundled together just as one additional safety option. The latter automatically tightens the leading seatbelts should your vehicle inadvertently leave the path, while front seat frames that has a collapsible section reduce vertical forces to assist prevent spinal injuries. Excellent room for rear seat passengers. Luggage capacity lags behind rivals. Available space is readily accessible, however. Volvo's estate cars was once the benchmark for boot space and practicality, but within the company's recent quest to produce premium luxury cars, outright luggage capacity has fallen because of the wayside. That's not to imply the boot is small, far away from it in reality. There's 560 liters of space back there, expanding 1,526 liters with all the rear seats folded down. However, thanks in part towards the V90 Cross Country's sloping roofline, cars such since the Audi A6 Allroad, BMW 5 Series Touring and Mercedes-Benz A-Class All-Terrain boast more commodious boots. The available space is definitely accessible, though, with little intrusion from your wheel arches. Space inside the back is exceptional, however, with ample leg and headroom for passengers of all sizes. If you intend to get young children from the V90 Cross Country, there are 2 standardized fixed points around the outer rear seats with an optional one for the front passenger seat.